Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Seismic Sports Podcast. I'm Josh, and I'm joined by Caleb. Today, we're going to be talking about college football. We're going to be going over our season predictions for the SEC, the ACC, and the Pac-12, wrapping up our Power 5 conference predictions. After those predictions, we'll be going over the newly released top 25 list for college football, going over what's expected and what's not expected. And then next, we'll be going into the NFL preseason week 2. And after that, we got a real treat for you. A real treat.
Bears fan fiction. It is the greatest thing I think I've ever read in my entire life. We'll give you just a short excerpt.
A short expert.
We'll just read a short excerpt and, leave the link in the description.
Yeah, that's that.
If you decide to read that in your free time. Highly recommend it. I didn't even know it existed until 5 minutes ago, but it is the best thing I've ever read.
Yes, that's the top of the show. All right. So let's get into predictions. All right. Starting with the SEC West. Okay. First in the division, I have Alabama. Surprising. They're gonna go 11-1, 7-1 in the division, and I have them losing. Not to Auburn, but to LSU.
Fucking kill yourself.
Now, I mean...
You're going to need to explain that.
Okay, well, basically, Auburn's been on... I mean, LSU's been on a streak of losing to Alabama.
Yeah. And so that's just going to...
And I have LSU being a solid team this year. And, Auburn beats Alabama pretty much... They beat them a lot. And I don't think you can consistently keep doing that. I think Alabama's eventually gonna.
They have been consistently doing that. That's the thing.
I think Alabama's gonna catch up with Auburn, and they're gonna be like, okay, no, we're not gonna be in some bullshit. Yeah. But LSU is gonna be like, I mean LSU.
Oh my god.
It's just the truth, man. It's what I think is gonna happen.
Okay.
They're going to win. I think they're going to lose one game either way. It really doesn't matter too much.
Yeah, but they're going to lose to Auburn, not LSU.
Probably, but I just see LSU. I don't know why. I just do.
Yeah, because Darius Geis left.
He's not their only good player.
No, but one of them, one of their best players.
True.
Because they lost 2 halfbacks in 2 years.
So. Yeah. Although Alabama still doesn't really have a quarterback.
That's fair.
Okay, then Auburn, second division, 9-3, 5-3 in the division. Or conference. I always mix that up.
Yeah.
Auburn, always been solid. Should do it again. Then LSU, I have going 8-4, 5-3 in the conference, so they're pretty much tied for second. In just purely conference records. Mm-hmm. In Texas A&M, I have going 7-5, 3-5 conference. Because Texas A&M, they're whatever.
They're...
Yeah, they're... Then I have, I believe it's Mississippi State, going 7-5 as well, 2-6 in the conference. Might be a little bit high, maybe a little bit. But they're kind of another mediocre SEC team in the long run. Then I have Ole Miss going 3-9, 2-6 in the conference because they're not very good. If you look at their record last year, if I could find it. Yeah, they went 6-6, and I just because they've always been kind of bad, generally. They don't, since they don't Chad Kelly or anything.
If they had Chad Kelly, they'd definitely go 12-0.
Right.
Clearly,
like they did when he was there. They beat Alabama, so that's something. Swag Kelly. Then Arkansas have going 3-9, 2-6.
Okay, I want to address Swag Kelly.
Okay.
Okay. It's not like someone else gave him that nickname. He is self-proclaimed. Oh my god, he is self-proclaimed Swag Kelly.
At least your voice isn't cracking.
It's fair, but I just wanted to say it's self-proclaimed.
Yeah, that's bad.
Not self-proclaimed. Okay, it's self-proclaimed. Swag Kelly.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. It's enough.
Yeah, and then my Arkansas. Lots in division 3-9, 2-6 in the conference.
Really?
Yes, they're not very good.
2-3 though.
I said 2-3.
I think
2-6. Whatever I said, it's 2-6.
Wait, what? Okay, so what are they overall?
3-9.
3-9. Okay, yeah. Just wow. Wow.
Too high?
No, I had them way higher than that.
Really?
Yeah.
You have them doing better.
Yeah, I have them doing like way better.
Because weak schedule or what? I mean.
Yeah.
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 The SEC is a weak division.
Wait, you said Arkansas, right?
Yeah, Arkansas.
Okay, yeah. No, I have them doing way better than 3-9.
Really? They were
Yeah.
4-8 last year.
Yeah,
All right.
I have them doing way better than 3-9.
Okay, go on to yours.
All right, so SEC West. Alabama, first in conference, 11-1, 7-1 in conference play. Auburn's going to beat Alabama. So it's pretty much the same as Josh, except I didn't overestimate LSU. Then Auburn, I have 10-2, 6-2 in the conference, you know. Auburn's always pretty decent. Well, pretty good, usually. SEC, I think, is a lot weaker than most people think. Because there are, like, four really good teams in the SEC, and then the rest of it's just a bunch of weak teams.
Right.
And, like, and then even the good SEC schools always play, like, an FCS team in the middle of the season.
Yeah, it's...
So, they usually don't have the strongest of schedules. Then I have Mississippi State going 9-3, 5-3 in the conference. Mississippi State is all right. I definitely see them getting less wins, but when I looked at the schedule, I just thought with who they were going to beat, I thought that they would go 9-3, 5-3 in the conference.
Yeah, that's what they did last season.
Yeah, and then next is LSU at 7-5, 3-5 in the conference. LSU, I think, was definitely better in the past. Still going to do okay. They're going to do solid. But I don't see them doing, like, great this next year. The next, Texas A&M, 7-5, 4-4 in the conference. Texas A&M, again, is like another solid team. They aren't really good. I wouldn't say that they're bad or terrible, but they're just kind of there in the middle of the road.
Right.
Then Arkansas, I have it 7-5, 4-4 in the conference as well. I think Arkansas, believe it or not, is a pretty okay program.
You like the Razorbacks? Their mascot is a Razorback, which is...
It's a boar.
It's a boar.
Yeah.
A boar.
Your favorite NFL team is a fucking horse.
That's better than a boar.
Not really.
How?
I would pick a boar to beat a horse in a fight.
Well, the horse can run away.
The boar can run after the horse.
The horses are faster than boars.
Listen, if they're gonna fight, it's gonna be in a caged area.
Well, then the horse can tire out the boar and then stomp on it. Boars are fat and lazy.
Broncos aren't aggressive.
If they were getting attacked, they would be.
Okay. A boar would murderize a horse.
If it was close, of course, maybe. If it was like they were in this room.
Your second favorite team has a person as a mascot.
A minor.
Has a goddamn fucking minor as a mascot. You don't need to talk shit about mascots. They're all stupid. Okay?
All of them are stupid.
That's my point, okay?
I mean, bears aren't stupid.
What?
Bears aren't stupid, though.
Exactly, because a bear could destroy a horse in a fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, see? See, that's how you have to judge mascots. Which one would win in a fight? A leprechaun or a miner?
Well, there's a horror movie called Leprechaun.
Oh my god, it's not scary, though. No. Maybe when you're like 5.
Yeah, if you're 5.
I remember one of those scenes, and it was just like, it showed like a lady's legs, and she was like working on a car, and then it went under the car when it showed her legs, you know? Then it showed the leprechaun like up at her, like her upper body, then it just went back down to her legs, and they were all scratched up and bloody.
Yeah.
Great movie. Anyways, then last in the division, I have Ole Miss going 4-8, 1-7 in the conference. Ole Miss is always, they're just kind of ass.
Yeah.
I mean, that's really it.
I think the thing is, your worst team goes 4-8.
Yeah.
I think you can go a bit worse than that.
Yeah, definitely.
For an overrated conference, especially.
Yeah, it's just that looking at the schedules, are all pretty easy schedules.
Sure.
That's the thing. I mean, Alabama plays the Citadel.
The Citadel.
And
Yep.
I think like week 11 or 12.
Mm-hmm.
Something like that.
It's also kind of important, like, with the Citadel, when you have that, like, it's like your second to last game.
Yeah.
Typically, your last couple games, if you're, like, undefeated, your last couple of games are tense as hell, because you don't want to lose.
No, when you're when you're ranked number 1 in the nation, 3 years straight, in the preseason, then you should have a hard schedule.
Yeah.
You shouldn't fucking play the Citadel in week 11.
No.
So, yeah.
I mean, the SEC isn't the only one guilty. I think Clemson does it too.
Yeah. Clemson, though, definitely has a harder schedule than Alabama. At least I think.
Absolutely. But
I believe they play an FCS team as well.
Actually, I don't know. I don't know if they have a hard schedule, but they play.
Furman in week 1.
Week 1. Actually, they don't play somebody bad. They did play the Citadel last year, I think, though. So.
Well, yeah. So.
All right.
A lot of top teams have easy schedules. College football is pretty much just like Patriot school.
Unless you're in the Big 12 and Big 10. If you're in the Big 10, you don't have any schedule.
Well, yeah. That's because you're pretty much guaranteed to be God's team. Okay? God made the Big 10 because it's the best conference in college football. Except Maryland and Rutgers. God was
that was tacked on, so.
Well, yeah, no, because God was like, hey, you weren't supposed to be here. You guys suck. And
but
then
Satan was like...
Satan just went... Maryland and Rutgers, big.
Exactly. All right. So, SEC
East.
Number 1, I have Georgia.
Surprise.
I have them going 12-0. Because if you look at their schedule, it's an easy-ass schedule. They don't play Alabama.
Yeah.
They don't play... I should get a good look at their schedule.
I need to because I don't remember who I had them lose to.
They play... Nobody. They play LSU,
That's fair.
Auburn, and South Carolina. That's about the hardest people they play. Sure, Auburn and LSU, they're decent, but that's about all their trouble they would have in the season.
Well, yeah. I think I might have had them lose to Auburn.
They play UMass, second to last game. What the... It's like, that's just ridiculous.
You're like legitimately pissed off.
Well, people always say, oh, the SEC is the best conference.
Oh, no, I had Georgia lose to Florida.
Florida?
Yeah.
I can see that.
That's what I have being their one loss all year.
I have Florida going solid.
I have Florida doing pretty good.
Yeah, I have Florida going second in division. 9-3. 5-3 in the conference.
Oh, I have them doing way better in conference.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. Then South Carolina. I like South Carolina.
Yeah.
Go Gamecocks. For no reason.
Just to be clear, he did like the devil symbol when he said "Go Gamecock."
This is a Gamecock. I pushed it out. It's a Gamecock.
No, this isn't a Gamecock.
What is it?
I don't even remember, but I know it's
Probably
not a
bull,
Gamecock.
isn't it?
Probably.
Yeah.
It's any animal with 2 ears.
That's so not a Gamecock.
No, it's not a Gamecock.
I don't know why I did that.
Go Gamecocks. It'd make more sense if you held up like a fucking clock.
Or a dildo. Next up, Kentucky. Kentucky last year actually did all right, which they're not really a football school. But I have them going 7-5, 4-4 in the conference because it's a weak conference. And
if more than 5 people watched our videos, I guarantee we would get fucking blasted in the comments.
About
For
what?
saying the SEC is a weak.
Oh, I'm sure, but it is. I mean,
yeah.
Sure, the Big Ten has bad teams, but
90% of the Big Ten is good,
right.
and they don't, play the Citadel in week 11.
Exactly. Yeah. Quit doing that. Stop.
Okay, go.
Okay. These are out of order, just have to find it. Then Missouri. I had one 5-7, 2-6. Missouri's always kind of sucked. They did all right last year. But I'm going worse because simply I just don't think they're a good team. Then I have Tennessee. I have them improving. Actually, no, I don't. I'm improving the conference, but not in overall. So 4-8 in the conference, 3-5.
4-8 in the conference.
4-8 overall, 3-5 in the conference because we conference whatever. Yeah, Tennessee they've been kind of bad the past few years. Decade ever since Peyton Manning left. Yeah, they're not very great. Then last in the division, I believe, Vanderbilt 3-9, 2-6. Has Vanderbilt ever been good? Old Vandy.
No.
No? That's the verdict. No. Strong no.
Listen, I have Vanderbilt second to last.
Okay.
In the conference. Okay?
All right.
So, we'll get to that in a little bit, but first in the SEC East, I have Georgia going 11-1, 7-1, losing to Florida. Georgia is a solid team. Again, weak conference. Don't have the hardest of schedules either.
No.
But, it's just how it goes sometimes. And then second, I have Florida going 9-3, 7-1 in the conference. I don't remember who I had them losing to. I'm going to be honest. But again, pretty weak conference. Florida's always been a pretty solid team.
Yeah.
If not one of the best teams in the NCAA. At times.
At times.
I'm not saying now they're the best team in the NCAA. I just want to make that clear.
Yeah.
At times they've been one of the best.
Yeah, sure.
That's what I'm trying. That's what I'm trying to say. Then Missouri, I have going 8-4, 4-4 in the conference. Missouri's kind of meh.
Meh, yeah.
They're average to below average usually.
Yeah.
8-4 I feel is a little high, but again, SEC I think is an overrated conference. So
also, I think it's dumb how people always call Missouri Mizzou.
Oh, well, yeah, especially because they spell it with 2 Z's.
Yeah. That's...
So, yeah, I get that. Then Kentucky, I have going 7-5, 3-5. Like Josh said, it's not really a football school. But they did do decent last year. I see them doing decent again this year. So, 7-5. Then I have South Carolina and Vanderbilt, actually, both tied at 6-6, 3-5. They're both usually below average schools when it comes to football.
Right.
South Carolina could end up making it to average. But they usually aren't the best schools when it comes to football. So I have them both going 6-6 overall. Then Tennessee coming in last in the conference at 5-7, 2-6. Tennessee has definitely dropped off big time in the last few years.
Mm-hmm.
So they just aren't very good anymore. So I have them at 5-7, 2-6.
Yeah, I would just give South Carolina a bit more credit, a little bit more.
Yeah,
because they went 9-4 last season.
Yeah,
which is
it's fair.
Yeah. All right, then for the conference championship game, I have Alabama v Georgia.
Whoa, didn't see that coming.
No, and Alabama wins 17-14.
So I also have Alabama and Georgia in the conference championship, but I have Georgia winning 31-28.
Okay.
Real close game, I think quarterback is where the difference is going to be in that game.
And Alabama still makes the playoffs and wins the championship game. All right. Great.
Dude, what's Alabama's quarterback? It's Tua Tagovailoa. I can't pronounce his last name.
Oh, yeah. Tua. Then there's Jalen Hurts.
Yeah. Jalen Hurts probably isn't going to play.
Probably not.
Yeah, so. is like Tua Tagovailoa. I think might be. I can't say it.
Mm.
Okay, I know who it is, but
Yeah.
I think Jake Fromm is a better quarterback than him. Just being honest.
Probably.
Yeah. So
I like Jake Fromm.
I mean, he's white. The Tua guy's not. Clearly, that's how you judge a quarterback skill.
Ohio State's gonna have a white quarterback. It'll be good now.
Yeah. See. Ohio State 12-0. That's all you
12-0.
need. That's key to a good quarterback. He's got to be white.
But yeah, right. Okay.
Josh, you don't need to make faces. No one can see the faces you make but me.
The views of Caleb do not necessarily correspond with my feelings.
Just to be clear, those aren't my views. For anyone that doesn't understand sarcasm.
Well, clearly you're racist.
Very, very clearly.
All right. So
All
moving
right.
on to the ACC. Number one in the ACC, I believe it's Atlantic. Yes.
Yes. The Atlantic and Coastal Conferences. Very creative.
For the Atlantic Coastal Conference.
Yeah, very, very creative.
So Clemson goes 11-1, 7-1 overall. I believe I had them losing to. I don't remember. What did I have?
NC State, definitely.
It might have been Miami. I don't remember.
Probably Syracuse.
Yeah, it's definitely Syracuse. Yeah, they're gonna do it again.
Dude, who was the last good player out of Syracuse? Like Jim Brown?
Probably. Probably. Then second, I have Louisville, 9-3,
Whoa.
5-3
Whoa.
in the conference.
Whoa.
What?
9-3 for Louisville?
I think Louisville can start shifting more to
What
football.
was their record last year?
It was 8-5.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's actually surprising me. I didn't know they did that good last year.
Yeah, I know that. I know they have no Lamar Jackson.
I have them doing way more.
Do you?
Yeah.
But I think Louisville is making more of a shift to football than basketball, at least a little bit, because they didn't do anything really last basketball season. At least I don't remember them. It's not simple you're making.
It's a little bit.
A little bit.
It's a little bit.
It's a little bit. I think they're going to start putting more towards football because they've shown they can actually put in some work. So yeah, I have them. I'll go 9-3. Then next up, I have
Probably NC State.
yes, NC State. You're correct.
Probably Syracuse.
Yeah.
I got them confused.
So NC State, I never really liked them. I don't know why. They've always just rubbed me the wrong way. Like their logo, it just bothers me.
Dude, it's like... Oh my... I don't remember... Okay. Now, this is off topic, but we brought up logos. So, Tim Tebow, right? He's playing like below AAA baseball.
Uh-huh.
Just look up the team that he plays on. Then look up that team. It looks like a shitty barbecue logo. Okay, just that's all I needed to say. But yeah, I agree. NC State's logo is like pretty bad. Pretty bad.
Ugh, I don't like that. All right.
It'd be better if it was just NCS with red and black instead of the little N and the C inside of the S.
Oh yeah. North Carolina's logo is like the actual.
It's weird.
Yeah.
It's an N overlapping a C. It looks like someone who didn't know how to use Photoshop tried to make a logo.
Oh yeah. I like the color though. I always like the kind of
Yeah, the powder blue.
powder blue.
By the way, Chargers powder blue uniforms overrated. Changed my mind.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Well, that's another argument for another day.
Bears uniforms from the 1920s are the best uniforms of all time. Changed my mind.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Fucking blue with like yellow stripes. And piss yellow pants. They look like white pants that someone legitimately just peed all over and let sit for the next week. Oh, they're so ugly.
All right. So next I have Wake Forest
Mm-hmm.
going 7-5, 4-4 in the conference. I think Wake Forest is a solid team in a pretty hard division.
Yeah.
I
Oh my god. You just keep talking, man. Talk, Josh.
I could
Here, come right here.
The dog walking around is gonna just ruin. So I'm just gonna put it.
Oh my god, he stood up immediately. He won't sit down, Jack. He won't sit down.
Oh my
Here,
Lord.
I'll fix this. Come here. I'm trying not to pull on him too hard. I've got this. Alright. He slipped on the floor.
Jack, come here.
I think he's tired now. And when I tried to pick him up, he slipped though. I couldn't get him.
Exactly. Yeah.
He just his feet just slid out from underneath him.
Oh Lord.
His arms are short and stubby. No, but he just slid backwards. And his arms slid off of my hand.
Oh. God.
Okay, we can just continue talking.
Okay, so yeah, Wake Forest is a solid team. So
We should just leave that in.
we should. We really should.
Yeah, just don't be lazy. Okay, go.
All right. Next up, I believe I have Florida State going 4-8, 3-5. Now that's probably low.
What?
It's probably low. But
where do you have Boston College? Jesus.
I hate Florida State, and I'm that's complete bias. I'm gonna say they're gonna have a crappy year. I'm probably gonna be wrong, but
I mean, the Broncos got ruthlessly demolished. We'll get to that later too.
actually, yeah. Then next is Boston College. They go 4-8, 2-6 in the conference.
That's fair.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're good players. They graduated because they didn't do bad last year.
That's another thing. Okay, if you're gonna graduate from college and you're an athlete, why not just declare for the draft? Like, there's nothing you lose when you do that. The worst case scenario, you don't get drafted, but you still get your degree.
Yeah.
So I don't understand.
Yeah.
That was another thing. Fucking Boston College football players, fucking dumbasses.
I go try.
All right, go ahead. That leaves Syracuse.
Syracuse, yes, they're last, surprisingly. 3-9. Stop.
I'm just petting the dog.
Oh, you're making a bunch of noise.
It's fine.
Alright, so Syracuse, I have going 3-9, 1-7 in the conference. Syracuse, not a very great team. They got an upset win last year, but that doesn't do anything for them this year, does it? They're still pretty bad. They're not really good in any conference. I don't see them doing good.
Okay, so in the Atlantic Division of the ACC, I have Clemson going 11-1, 8-0 in the conference. Clemson, I think they're gonna do a repeat of last year. Do really well.
Then lose in the playoffs.
Yeah. I definitely see that happening. Anyways, it's Clemson.
Uh-huh.
I just expect it to happen pretty much. Then next is NC State at 8-4, 5-3. Pretty solid school. I think they're gonna do all right. Like a little bit above average.
Yeah.
Just based on their talent and their schedule. So 8-4, 5-3 in the conference. Then next I have Florida State going 8-4, 4-4 in the conference. Because unlike Josh, I tried my best to keep biases out of this.
Yeah, you're probably more correct than me.
So Florida State pretty much always does decent.
Yeah.
Decent or good. And so I have them going 8-4, 4-4 conference. Next is Wake Forest, 7-5, 4-4 in the conference. They did pretty solid last year, and I definitely see them repeating it again.
Yep.
So that's why I have them there. Then next is Boston College at 6-6, 4-4. Again, they were okay last year, and I could see them, doing pretty similar to last year. But 4-8 also seems pretty fair.
Uh-huh.
I definitely see them doing worse than 6-6. But that's just where I have them. Then next is Louisville at 4-8, 3-4.
Mm.
You know, they did pretty good last year, but they lost Lamar Jackson, and
They lost Jarvis and Alexander.
yeah. So they lost two of their best players.
That's true.
And so, I just don't think they're going to do very well next year. Then Syracuse 3-9, 2-6, and like we said earlier, I think the last good player to come out of Syracuse was Jim Brown. Like, I can't remember any Syracuse greats really, but like post 60s.
Yeah. Let's see if I can.
I mean, there are probably some, but Syracuse just never has really had that good of a football program. Jim Brown, Ernie Davis, yeah.
Oh, Riley Dixon.
Larry Zonka, he's a Hall of Famer. He played in, I believe, the 70s?
Something like that.
Right? I think.
Probably.
Yeah, most likely. But he is in the Hall of Fame. I know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Drafted in 68, so.
So 70s.
Yeah. That's
All
really
right.
the way he spells Zonka.
Not really.
Kasonka.
Zonka. Okay, anyways. To the ACC Coastal.
Yes. All right, I have Miami first in the division. That's the dog.
Yeah.
Not me. Now I like Virginia Tech, but honestly, I do see Miami doing well. I do. They're ranked pretty high, and I think for good reason because they're a solid team. So I have them going 11-1.
Yep.
I do believe I have them losing to Virginia Tech. But it's.
I think you have them going
11-1
in conference.
Oh, 7-1.
Okay.
Which it has to be.
Yeah.
Then second in the conference is Virginia Tech. I have them going 9-3, 6-2 in the conference. So I like Virginia Tech. So I put them there. And the rest of the conference is not very great. Georgia Tech, actually no. Pittsburgh, I'm going 6-6, 4-4. I could easily see that. I could see them doing worse than that because they're Pittsburgh.
Okay, continue.
Yeah. Yeah, the Pittsburgh. They're not very good. But I don't know if they had lost any star players or anything. So
It's Pittsburgh.
It's Pittsburgh.
I don't understand, but college teams, whenever they lose like really good players, they'll either do bad for a year, and they'll bounce right back, or they'll do pretty much just the same consistently.
Yeah.
Because the thing is college prestige doesn't just change overnight.
Right. Yeah.
So they're still going to get recruits and stuff like that. So.
Yeah, that's why a lot of our predictions are going to be pretty
similar to what they
similar.
were last year.
Yeah.
Like, regardless of who went, except I obviously had Louisville doing a lot worse.
Yeah. Unless you're like UCF, you're probably going to be easy to predict.
Yeah. Most schools do, like, play very similarly, regardless of what really happens, like, with players leaving.
Uh-huh.
At least for a few years.
Right.
Except UCF. If you look at UCF's records since they were founded, they pretty much just go all over the place.
Yeah. Then next on the list, Georgia Tech, 6-6 overall, 3-5 in the conference. Georgia Tech's always been kind of a mad team, but in their specific conference, it's kind of weak. So I see them doing okay.
Like their division.
Yeah, division.
Yeah.
Because the Coastal's actually,
Yeah.
I mean, Atlantic's actually good, so.
Yeah.
Decently good. The next I have Virginia. I have it going 5-7 overall, 3-5 in the conference.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's fair. I could see them getting less, but probably not much more than 5 wins.
Mine have all been pretty similar to yours, so.
Then, I believe...
I pretty much just agree, so, yeah.
North Carolina, second to last. 3-9, 3-5 in the conference.
Holy shit, how bad is Duke gonna be?
They're gonna be bad. Yeah, they get those 3 wins because they're kind of weak in Coastal. So finally, Duke. They go 3-9 overall, but they go 0-8 in the conference.
Oof.
Because the people they do play out of conference are decently weak.
Well, yeah.
Really weak.
That's usually how it works with out-of-conference play.
Yeah.
Because I noticed that for a lot of teams, it's just everyone that they played out-of-conference was either really bad or on the verge of being really bad.
Yeah. Unless it's like a rivalry game, generally, you don't see much.
So, that wraps up Josh's ACC Coastal predictions. So, mine are all going to be pretty similar, actually. So first I have Virginia Tech. I have them going 11-1, 7-1 in the conference. And I actually think that I had Miami beat Virginia Tech.
Okay.
So I pretty much just swapped them.
Okay.
And then Miami, I have going 10-2, 6-2 in the conference.
Sure.
You know, Miami's usually pretty good.
Yeah.
So I have them there. Then next I have Pitt going 7-5, 5-3 in the conference. I definitely think that I should have Pitt losing more games. But again, they had a pretty easy schedule.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing too difficult there, so
yeah.
That's why they are. I have them where they are. Next, Georgia Tech and Virginia. I have both of them at 6-6, 3-5, and they're both usually pretty average, like below average to average teams, usually.
Yeah.
And then next, I actually have Duke going 5-7, 2-6. I definitely think that's a little high.
A little bit.
Because Duke is 100% a basketball school.
Right.
I don't think any, good football players go to Duke.
No.
You know, I think they go to, places like Clemson and Alabama.
Yeah. And the first overall pick is a quarterback from Duke.
And then last, I have North Carolina going 3-9, 1-7 in the conference. North Carolina's just hasn't been good.
No.
For a little while. At least.
In football.
Well, yeah, in football. So I have North Carolina going 3-9, 1-7 in the conference. Last in the division. And I believe tied for last. Yeah, tied for last in the entire conference with Syracuse.
All right. So, conference championship game. I have Clemson versus Miami.
Surprise.
And while I like Miami, I do see Clemson winning that game, 28-10.
So, I'm actually kind of curious now. What makes you like Miami?
What makes me like Miami?
Yeah.
Well, basically, generally, I like the colors. Very good colors. Orange.
That's like how an 8-year-old
I know. I really don't have a lot of reasons, just because I just like them.
You just do?
Yeah, I just do. I mean, it's like, why do I like the Broncos? I just do. I mean.
Yeah, I guess that's fair. I mean, I have reasons for liking the Bears, though. They were my dad's favorite team, and they're the closest professional franchise to Cedar Rapids.
Mm.
So.
Yeah. And the Miami Hurricanes are the best football team in Miami.
Miami of Ohio.
Oh, Lord.
Different Miami, but still Miami.
Yeah.
So, in the conference championship, again, Miami and Virginia Tech were flipped. So, I have Clemson and Virginia Tech. And I have Clemson winning that game 42-20. It's gonna. I think it's gonna end up being a blowout. I also like Miami, by the way.
Yeah.
But that's because the greatest kick returner of all time, who played for my favorite team for most of his career, went there.
All right. I see we talk about Devin Hester.
Next, we're going to talk about it. Okay, quick question. Devin Hester, Hall of Famer, yes or no?
No. No.
But Terrell Davis, who had like a 2-year career, should make it to the Hall of Fame?
Yes, he should.
It's bullshit. Devin Hester was consistently the best kick returner in the NFL for like the first 8 years of his career.
He's the best at like 3 plays a game. It's okay.
Dude, Josh.
What?
Josh.
What?
Josh.
What?
Josh.
What?
Terrell Davis played like 3 plays in his entire career. Okay?
Well, he was good.
So was Devin Hester.
Yeah. I mean, running back has a bit more impact. Then kick returner.
Listen. Who became the first player to run a kickoff back for a touchdown in the Super Bowl? Who did that? Was it Terrell Davis? No, exactly.
I don't think Terrell Davis is on
Exactly.
special teams.
No, Terrell Davis would have ended his career in literally one play if he was on special teams.
Yeah, he would have.
Would have torn his ACL.
You're true. That's right there. Yeah.
Yeah. See? I told you Devin Hester's a Hall of Famer.
Yep, he's a Hall of Famer.
Listen. Is Devin Hester a maybe for the Hall of Fame?
No.
What?
I mean, a maybe.
But you can make a kicker a Hall of Famer?
Sure.
What?
A kicker that stays around for forever? Yeah.
A kick returner who stays around for forever? He was in the league for like 13 years.
So, what impact did he make on the game? The Bears still lost the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah. And how many other plays has he had that's, like, rememberable?
Hold up. I need... 1 sec. I can't remember. Just 1 sec. I'll let you know.
Going so off topic.
Yes, we are going off topic. We talked about Miami. Now we're talking about Devin Hester.
Yeah.
Okay, just 1 second.
Okay.
1 second. Okay, 19. He has 19 memorable plays. Like, very memorable.
Are they all? Are those the returns?
Yeah, return touchdowns. Which ties Deion Sanders' record. Okay.
Ties it.
Deion Sanders a Hall of Famer?
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Well, he did more than kick return.
Yeah.
He also did punt returns.
But he also leads the league. Or he did lead the league back in the day in punt returns and punt return yards.
How's he as a wide receiver? Yeah. All right.
Let me check real quick.
Probably not very good.
Yeah, you can just talk for a little bit while I figure this out. He was a 3-time All-Pro, 4-time All-Proer. All-Proer.
All-Proer.
Pro Bowler. That's what I meant to say.
Yeah.
I got confused. Okay, so Devin Hester had 255 receptions for 3,311 yards in his career. All right, for a 13-yard average per reception and 16 touchdowns. Like, imagine if he had those numbers, but he had only played 2 seasons. He'd be like the best receiver of all time.
Yeah, but he played how many?
A lot.
13.
A lot.
Okay.
No, he played 11.
11?
That's my bad.
Okay.
He also had 116 rushing yards for a touchdown.
Okay. Sure.
Listen,
That's
he's a Hall of Famer.
If you're a Bears fan,
No.
he's going to the Bears Hall of Fame.
If you're fucking sensible. Like, I think, in my opinion, Devin Hester should be able to steal the nickname Primetime from Deion Sanders.
Yeah, Sure.
Anyone that tweets this at Deion Sanders and give him a quick timestamp.
At Deion Sanders.
Yeah.
You suck. Deion?
No, tell him he's a worse kick returner than Devin Hester. Just straight facts.
Yeah, no, whatever.
By the way, Deion, if you want to be on the show, we're glad to invite you. Please.
Please don't. Please. Devin Hester.
Devin Hester, you're also very welcome. You're more welcome than Deion Sanders.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
In your opinion. Who doesn't want to listen to Devin Hester?
I mean, he's a little slow. No offense, but you went to Miami. No one goes to Miami for the education.
That's true. You do there to play football and do cocaine.
Exactly.
That's what The Rock did.
I mean, Devin Hester knows he's not that smart. At least I think he does. Probably.
Yeah.
He knows he's just fast and a good football player. Hall of Famer.
All right, Pac-12. Did you do your conference, your championship?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was Clemson, Virginia Tech.
Okay. So then I have the Pac-12. We'll start with.
So,
It's the one with Stanford. Which one's that?
Stanford's the North.
North. Okay. So start with the North.
You mean the one with Stanford and Washington?
Yeah, that's.
Yeah, Washington's definitely in the South.
Yeah, I wasn't thinking about that. But Stanford's not north.
It's more north than Arizona.
Sure. All right, so Stanford, I'm going 11-1, 7-1 in the conference, and I do believe their loss was against Oregon. I think it was Oregon. Oregon. All right, then Stanford have always been good.
Yeah,
they've always been solid.
Mm-hmm.
I believe they still have Bryce Love.
I'm just flashing my heel every now and then.
What are you doing?
I told you. Look.
What are you trying to make it the podcast is even more shitty?
Sure.
God. Honestly, it's Bryce Love.
Dude, why don't we just do this to fuck around? I feel like that's the whole point.
Yeah, he still plays for Stanford. Okay. So we still got... So you still have Bryce Love, who is like... I'm pretty sure he's like a Heisman candidate even. Isn't he? So yeah, with Bryce Love, they should do good. Then I have Washington going 10-2. 6-2 in the conference. Washington, I've heard some things that they should be good this year. They should be... they should kind of elevate the status of the Pac-12 a bit more. And I can definitely see that, so I'm going 10-2. Next up, I have Oregon going 10-2 as well, 6-2 in the conference. Next up, I have Oregon. And Oregon, they go 10-2, 6-2 in the conference. And basically, Oregon, they used to be really good. The past few years, they've been kind of But they were like the most bandwagon team a few years ago, if you remember.
Oh, yeah.
When they went against Ohio State, everyone was saying, "Oh, Oregon, they're gonna win that."
Back in like the Marcus Mariota days.
Yeah, and basically, I never really got it. I never got why. Like people liked Ohio, they liked it over Ohio State.
Because they have really nice colors.
Yeah, the yellow's very nice. They have nice uniforms.
Yeah.
That is true. So, yeah.
Oh, by the way. This is even more off topic than the Devin Hester thing. Another reason I like Miami is Sean Taylor. Okay, go ahead.
Oh, right. All right. Then, I believe Washington State, I have going 8-4, 4-4 in division. I don't really like Washington State. I think they're kind of shit. But, I mean, they did all right last season, so I have basically going on a repeat. I don't... Yeah. I'm doing a bit worse, but like a game worse.
But yeah, I forgot Oregon State was even in this conference until I looked at my spreadsheet again.
Yeah, Oregon State, God. The bad OSU. The fact that they use OSU as their initials, it's like on their logo.
Yeah, it's kind of bullshit.
It's like, where do you play, OSU? Oh, really? Ohio State? No. No.
So I'm assuming California's next.
Yes, California. 7-5, 3-5 in the conference. Now, California. I like California.
Aaron Rodgers fanboy.
Aaron Rodgers went to California, and it's about
Fanboy.
the only thing I know about California, because they haven't really been good since.
They have really nice colors.
They do. They have, and I play them in NCAA. I have a Road to Glory with California, so I'm very close to California.
Why would you fucking choose California?
I wanted to.
Such a shitty school.
I want to be next Aaron Rodgers.
What position are you? Please don't tell me you're quarterback.
That's quarterback, yeah.
Oh my god.
It's great.
You're such a basic bitch.
I play all of them, so you know.
Dude, I always have that.
The first time I ever did Road to Glory as a middle linebacker. I played for Ohio State, so
Dude, playing middle linebacker is actually kind of fun.
It is.
And like Road to Glory and stuff.
Mm.
Anyway,
so we're so off topic.
Yeah. So what do you have Oregon State doing?
Oregon State, I was going 4-8, 3-5 in the conference.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Which is
way too high.
Probably. They went 1-11 last year.
Yeah, that's way too high.
That's probably way too high, especially in conference.
Yeah.
It's a hard conference. I probably should take them down, but I didn't. So that's how it is.
Okay, so is that all you got?
Yep.
All right, so I have Washington at first I have Washington being first in Pac-12 North. 10-2, 8-1 in the conference. You know, Washington's been pretty good last few years. And I see them continuing that and being good again this year. So that's really all I got for them. Then Oregon, I have going 10-2, 6-2 in the conference. Oregon's been kind of meh for a little while, but I definitely see them bouncing back, doing better this year.
Yeah.
You know, kind of going back to their old form. Then next I have Stanford at 9-3, 6-3 in the conference. Stanford's usually, you know, one of the better teams in Pac-12.
Right.
So I have them doing pretty well.
I think overall it's a team that underrated, honestly.
Yeah, because when you think college football, you don't just think Stanford, even though they're one of the better teams.
Right.
So, anyways, next I have Washington State at 5 Next I have California, also going 9-3, 6-3 in the conference.
Okay.
I mean, California's a pretty solid team, and out of the Pac-12, I don't believe they had that hard of a schedule, comparatively to other Pac-12 schools.
Probably not.
So I have them going 9-3, 6-3 in the conference. Then next I have Washington State going 5-7, 3-6. Washington State is the bad Washington.
Yeah.
And I don't think they're going to do very well. So
no,
you know, they just aren't that good of a team. Then Oregon State, another basketball school. You know,
right.
they're more basketball than football.
Yeah, sure.
I have them going 2-10. 0-9 in the conference.
That's fair.
I feel like that's a little better than they should go. But huge improvement on last season.
Yeah, huge improvement.
I'm going 1-11, but you know, 2-10.
Yep.
Which is pretty solid by Oregon State standards.
All right. So next up,
Pac-12 South.
Pac-12 South. First, I have USC. What a surprise!
Oh my god.
This is
Dude,
awesome.
I thought you'd have like Colorado or something.
Yeah.
Maybe Arizona State.
This is really a weak division.
Yeah.
The North is way better than the South by like miles, which is weird. But
what? Why is that weird?
Just usually you wouldn't like do.
Dude, look at your history, man.
What?
Civil War, man. The South wanted slaves and shit.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. They're talking about the West Coast.
Yeah, they were real heavy on the West Coast.
Yeah, those like people in Seattle were like, "Screw you, San Diego people. You don't want slaves." That's how it went. Yep.
Yeah, that's what happened in the Civil War. All you young children, remember that.
Youngins.
Youngins, yeah, remember that.
So yeah, USC 10-2 overall in the conference, 6-2. They don't have Sam Darnold.
Overrated. He's gonna be awful in the NFL.
They typically do have good quarterbacks in college.
Not in the NFL though.
Yeah, in college.
John David Booty, Matt Leinart, Mark Sanchez, Carson Palmer. Carson Palmer is like the best USC quarterback of all time, like in the NFL.
Yeah. But who knows? Maybe Sam Darnold can break the mold. All right.
I don't think.
Next on the list, I just realized how bad everybody else.
Yeah.
Is.
Yeah.
I have 3 people tied for second.
Wow.
UCLA. Let's just go there. 5-7-3-5.
Oof.
UCLA. They don't have Josh Rosen. They lost. They lost some of their good players. I have them going one less. Doing one worse because they're in a bad conference or division, I should say.
Yeah.
Then next I have Arizona with the same record. And then Arizona State with the same record. Now, Arizona and Arizona State have always been kind of...
yeah. Arizona's, I feel, has always been clearly better than Arizona State.
Really?
Yeah.
I always felt the opposite.
Really?
Yeah.
I guess. Maybe.
I mean,
I don't know.
Probably... I don't know.
I always feel like the Arizona's been better than Arizona State. Neither of them are good by any means.
No. But. Yeah. So that's the 3 tied. Then I have Utah, and then I do Colorado.
Utah.
Colorado going 4-8, 2-6 in the conference. Colorado never is really good.
That's fair. Just look at their logo.
Isn't it like a buffalo or something?
It's like a buffalo, and I think it says like CU on it.
Yeah, you're right. And they have like a live mascot at the time. Or these two at least.
Yeah.
They're like a guy running off a buffalo like, we're Colorado.
We're such a good school.
We're such a good school.
Please come here. We'll take all 1 stars.
We're in Boulder. We're weird.
And if you're a 2-star, you'll start immediately. Just trust me.
All right.
Sign.
Yeah. Then last in the division, Utah 3-9-1-7. Utah's always been crap. They're Utah. It's a crappy state. Utah. I didn't say it like that. Crappy state, crappy college.
I actually had Utah doing pretty decent this upcoming year. But,
Yeah.
So, first I have USC going 10-2, 7-2 in the conference. USC is USC. They're just going to do solid, Then next, I have Arizona. This is definitely an overshoot. They're definitely going to do worse than this. But in the moment that I did these, I had Arizona go 8-4, 5-4 in the conference. And I definitely think that Arizona is going to do worse than that.
Yeah.
Again, like just in the moment, that's what I thought. Then next, I have Utah going 7-5, 5-4. They did okay last year. And, I mean, I could see them doing decent again this year. Because, again, they didn't have the hardest schedules. Didn't seem too difficult. Then next, I have Colorado going 6-6, 4-5. Colorado's either been, like, slightly below average to really below average.
Yeah.
They just aren't really a good school, football-wise. So, I have them at 6-6. Next, I have UCLA at 5-7, 4-5 in the conference. UCLA didn't even do that good with Josh Rosen.
Right.
Now they lost Josh Rosen, so I see them doing slightly worse than they did last year. And so that's why I have them where they are. And then last, I have Arizona State, 4-8, 2-7. Arizona State's never really had that good of a football program, and so I have them at last in the division.
All right.
Second to last in the conference.
Then, conference championship, I have Stanford versus USC. And I have Stanford winning that 42-35. Yep.
So I have USC in Washington, and I have Washington winning that 28-35.
Okay.
All right, so that's it for... That wraps up our Power 5 predictions.
Woo. All right, so next up we have the top 25. Now, I have the list out here.
Yeah.
And just go over the list. This is preseason. So first is Alabama. They're first with 42 first place votes. That's not surprising at all, especially when you have a committee that just...
Well, it happens every year.
Yeah.
It's gonna.
Especially when you have a committee that has just the biggest love of Alabama.
Yeah, just...
It shouldn't even... It shouldn't even been in the playoffs, but okay. Number 2, Clemson.
Also not a surprise.
No. The real number 1.
Really? I could see like Georgia maybe.
Yeah.
But I'm okay, and also Wisconsin. I can't imagine being the guy who voted for Wisconsin to be number 1.
Why would you? I mean, really?
That's my point. Wisconsin. Yeah. So Georgia is 3rd, okay, which again is pretty much expected. But Wisconsin is 4th with a 1 first place vote.
Yeah.
It's great.
I mean, I like Wisconsin and all, but that's a bit high.
Yeah. I mean, I feel that Ohio State and Penn State both could be ranked above Wisconsin.
Sure.
I feel like that's not too unreasonable.
Yeah, so, Ohio State's at 5. Washington 6, which is...
Which I think that Wisconsin and Ohio State should both be a little lower than where they are. Especially with Penn State at 10.
Yeah.
Because I think Penn State, without a doubt, is better than Ohio State.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't think...
I definitely think Penn State is a more talented team than Ohio State.
Probably. I mean, Ohio State generally has like better defense.
Well, yeah, that's fair. But I think all around Penn State is
All
a
right.
better team than Ohio State.
Washington's at 6, which might be a smidge high.
Yeah.
Oklahoma at 7, which is
Way high, I think.
yeah.
I could see them being top 15, but I don't see them top 10.
Yeah, especially since they don't have Baker Mayfield.
Yeah.
They do still have some, good players and everything.
Well, yeah,
And-
that is true.
But I do get 2 in the weak division, especially
Yeah.
Big 12.
Yeah.
I could
I mean,
definitely
Iowa State.
yeah.
Probably the worst team in the NCAA outside of maybe like Kansas and Oregon State.
And Idaho.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or Miami of Ohio.
I
I didn't even know that school existed until I was like 13.
until Iowa played them.
I'm serious. I didn't even know that Miami of Ohio existed until 3 years ago.
Yeah, that's kind of. I would rename my school. If I became president of the University of Miami, Ohio, I would be like, all right, we're not going to
We're gonna be Cleveland University.
be. Yes. Cleveland. You're not in Cleveland? Well, I don't care.
No, we're CU. We're taking it from Colorado. They're irrelevant too, so it's okay.
You're in Cincinnati. Screw them all. All right.
Isn't Cincinnati UC? Isn't the University of Cincinnati?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, see? I'm a genius.
All right. Auburn at number 9, which is
Expected.
expected. They like the
Did we
SEC.
skip over Miami?
I think we did.
Okay, Miami's number 8.
Which
I can see maybe a little lower or a little higher,
yeah.
I guess, but
Yeah.
it's pretty much where they were expected.
It's a solid spot.
Yeah.
Michigan State's at 11, which is even I think about high. Honestly.
Yeah, I'd say that's a little high for Michigan State.
With that, they've been doing the past few years, or a couple of years, I should say.
That's true. Yeah.
Above Stanford? No way. No.
Yeah, especially when you look at schools that are lower than them. Yeah, I think they should be lower. Wait,
Yeah.
Texas is 23. Okay, Texas should be out of the top 25.
They should be.
Whoever put Texas at 23 was high off their rocker.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Texas is not a top 25 school.
No, definitely not.
Yeah, so.
If Texas is in the Big Ten, if Texas is, Iowa should be.
Well, Iowa definitely should if Texas is. I think it's just because Texas is pretty recognizable because of their past.
That's true.
I would feel like that's really the only reason they're even there.
Mm-hmm. Boise State, 22.
Really?
They're solid for a non-Power 5, but...
I mean, if we were ranking their field, they'd be number 1. With
Terrible.
the most appalling looking field ever. I remember watching a Boise State Iowa game when I was younger and just like thinking to myself, isn't grass green? Like I was just thinking, isn't grass green? And this was before I knew that turf was used mostly.
Oh, yeah.
But then I was like, why do they have blue turf? That just seems stupid. So even as a little kid, I understood that Boise State's field was, a little on the retarded side.
Oregon at 24, which I get because they've been on some down, but
Well, yeah,
I would put them up. I would.
maybe a few spots.
Maybe if you yeah.
Then another one is UCF at 21. Yeah, they were undefeated last year, but UCF is the most inconsistent team, I think, in the NCAA.
Yeah.
Because looking at past records, they'll do really good one year, then bad the next, and they'll do good for 2, then they'll do awful for 3, and it's just all over the place.
I definitely see that.
It's really they're just really inconsistent. Other than that, there's Mississippi State is at 18.
That's high.
That seems a little high to me, but other than that, Notre Dame at 12. I think Notre Dame should be a little lower.
Really?
Yeah, mostly because they're an independent. They don't really play in a tough conference.
No, that's fair.
Because they don't play in a conference.
That's fair.
But Notre Dame usually has a pretty easy schedule, so I think they should be a little bit lower than 12.
Mm-hmm.
But really, other than that, I feel like they're fairly accurate.
Yeah.
Other than the stuff that we touched on. So.
All right.
Preseason.
Preseason.
Week 2.
Week 2. So first on the list is Patriots-Eagles. The Patriots beat the Eagles, and Patriots fans are like, haha, Super Bowl revenge, even though this game means absolutely nothing.
Even though it's a preseason, and really it was only third stringers that played a majority of the game.
Tom Brady was like, I'm going to get my revenge on these boys. And Tom Brady.
Yeah, Tom Brady's a good for nothing.
If he didn't hate him enough, guess what? He actually shook Nick Foles' hand. Oh, holy God.
Dude, what a dickwad.
Now that I beat you in a preseason game, I feel you've earned my respect, Nick Foles. You've earned it.
Eagles were smart, though, and didn't play Carson Wentz.
Yeah.
I mean, because, ACL and all.
Injury prone, yeah.
He got hurt once and he's injury prone, but Deshaun Watson has torn both of his ACLs and he's going to be the next great quarterback. Okay.
Yeah.
I see how logical you are.
Oh, God. All right. Redskins beat the Jets. Who cares?
By 2 points, nonetheless.
Yeah.
With the very, very common score of 13-15.
I'm sure it's a great game to watch.
That had to have been like one of the most boring games of all time.
Then Packers Steelers is actually a good game to watch, I think.
Yeah, a lot of scoring.
Yeah, my main Josh Jackson.
Go.
Pick 6.
He's gonna listen. Okay, this is gonna come off as mean, but I want Josh Jackson to do bad on the Packers, and then get signed to a team, work his way up the depth chart, and after 3 days of training camp, because he's just that good, and then just demolish everyone. Mostly because I don't like seeing Iowa players on the Packers.
Yeah.
Because, I'm a Bears fan. Micah Hyde I don't think, got enough playing time on the Packers, and then he went to the Bills and was an absolute monster, one of the best safeties in the league.
Oh, Lord. Yeah.
And then Desmond King on the Chargers is a pretty good slot corner.
Yeah.
One of their better DBs.
Sure.
Mostly because Jason Verrett can't stay healthy. But
yeah. Oh, Josh Dobbs that game? He actually did good? Or decent, I should say.
Yeah.
Decent, yeah.
Decent.
You don't want to say anybody did good. Chiefs beat the Falcons 28-14. Which, I mean, is decently surprising.
Yeah. I mean, preseason is more random than the regular season.
Sure.
By far.
Then the Giants beat the Lions 30-17. How does Saquon Barkley do that game? They probably didn't play him, but
I'd hope not.
No, he got no rushes.
All right, that's good.
Because the Giants are smart.
Yeah, I try and stay away from Giants games because they tend to bore me.
They're kind of, yeah.
Chad Kelly with 1 rush for -1 yards. Just thought I'd point that out.
Oh, Jake Rudock, yeah, the person who got kicked out of Iowa for sucking.
Fucking fag boy.
23 for 30, 171.
Actually, though, can we acknowledge that Jake Rudock looks like a school shooter and an anorexic teenage girl had a child?
Yeah.
He looks malnourished.
He does. I can't imagine him being like a cool kid at high school or something.
No, dude, he reminded me of one kid that I knew, in elementary school, and I was always scared, and I would never talk to him. He looks like a skeleton, man. Can you imagine how traumatizing that would be to a 5-year-old? Jeez. All right. Bills Browns.
Yeah.
Bills beat the Browns. Not too much of a surprise there. Again, very, very common score of 19-17.
The thing is, the Browns lost preseason game, and that means they're not going to go 0-16.
It's true. I mean, Josh Allen, again, overrated.
Overrated.
Baker Mayfield, in my opinion, had a lower completion percentage for more yards. He had less completion for more yards. And to me, that says Baker Mayfield. Big play kind of guy.
Yeah.
With no touchdowns.
I'm impressed with the rushing for the Browns.
Yeah, I'm impressed with the Browns.
Carlos Hyde.
Rushing, but
64 yards.
Nick Chubb.
Nick Chubb.
Also, alright. I know I keep going back to the Broncos. That's because I can't wait to read this fan fiction.
Oh, God.
All stemmed from this Bears-Broncos preseason. and the most biased article of all time. But the Broncos fucked up because they could have gotten double Chubb.
Yep.
That means that on offense and defense, whenever either of them made a good play, they just be like, they just got chubbed.
Yeah, they got chubbed.
They don't have to wait for defense.
Right.
But they could just do it on offense and defense and be like, you got chubbed.
You got chubbed, what?
Or they could be like, or if they got really, really, smart, they'd put Nick Chubb on defense or Bradley Chubb on offense and be like, oh my God, they're taking double Chubb. And
that'd be hilarious.
Yeah. It would have been phenomenal to hear an announcer finally say something worth hearing.
That's not like Adrian Anus or something.
Dude, okay, and I don't understand this, but everyone says, like, every announcer says his name Amos.
Amos.
That's not pronounced Amos. I'm like 99% sure that
Famous
it's Amos.
It's famous Amos cookies, man.
How is it spelled?
I believe Amos is U.S.
Yeah. Or O-U-S.
Yeah.
But A-M-O-S is Amos.
Yeah, should be.
I'm like 99% sure that his name is pronounced Amos, not Amos.
Especially, is he like Hispanic or something?
I don't think.
Oh, okay. Well, man.
His parents might be, or someone in his family might be.
Yeah. If it was like Hispanic or something, I could definitely.
He looks pretty black,
Amos.
but.
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
Probably Amos.
I mean, he went to Penn State. You should know him. You don't watch Big Ten football?
Well, I mean, I do.
You don't watch NFL football? Because Hold up.
What?
We ruthlessly devoured the reeling Broncos in a 24-23 humiliation.
We're not even there yet. What was your voice?
I'm sorry.
All right.
It's just such a great article.
Let's get through these. All right. Dolphins beat the Panthers. Dolphins lost to the Panthers 27-20.
Yeah. Cardinals beat the Saints. Again, common score of 15-20.
Common score.
Jaguars beat the Vikings 14-10. That reflects how I think the Vikings are going to do in the regular season.
Really?
I think they're going to drop off definitely from 13-3.
Kirk Cousins 3 for 8. How's that millions doing for you?
Yeah,
God.
Even though I did say that the Vikings were going to do pretty good, I think they're going to drop off. Anyways, Raiders-Rams, another common score, 15-19 Rams. Then Bengals beat the Cowboys 21-13, which to me is pretty surprising.
Yeah.
That's surprising to me.
Yeah, kind of.
Then the 49ers lost to the Texans 13-16. Which, that would be a crapshoot for me if it was like a regular season game. Because I think they're both pretty mediocre teams.
I disagree with you.
But you're a 49ers bandwagon.
How is that a bandwagon?
Because as soon as Garoppolo went to the Niners and they won...
You mean as soon as C.J. Beathard joined the 49ers? That is true.
Okay.
As soon as you joined the 49ers, I was like, oh, I'm watching 49ers games.
Okay. I mean, Beathard played better than Garoppolo, in my opinion.
Because he didn't throw an interception?
Exactly. Do you want a quarterback who throws a touchdown and an interception? Or do you want a quarterback who doesn't throw any interceptions?
He throws nothing.
He throws for 82 yards.
Better
and sets up a field goal.
I'd rather have Beathard than Nick Mullins.
I would rather have Beathard than Garoppolo. Have you seen Garoppolo's contract? No thanks.
Oh, Beathard also rushed for 23 yards.
Yeah, see? Beathard's better than Garoppolo. 7.7 yard average. Okay, anyways.
C.J. Beathard's a better rusher than Jared McKinnon.
Actually true. That is very true. Next game, Buccaneers-Titans. Buccaneers ruthlessly devoured the reeling Titans in a 30-14 embarrassment. Or humiliation, my bad.
Yeah.
And then the Chargers beat the Seahawks 24-14. And then the Ravens, Ravens beat Colts 20-19, which is a lot closer than I think it should have been. And then get into the game that we're going to go a little more in-depth with, because I'm a Bears fan. Josh is a Broncos fan. It's Bears-Broncos preseason game, which the Bears won 24-23. Chase Daniel go. Crevon LeBlanc with the clutch peanut punch, as the announcers phrased it.
Oh, God.
It was very reminiscent of one.
Yeah.
Because you just boop, boop, pop the ball right out. And then I believe it was Isaiah Irving who got the recovery. I was like a little bit stressed out because Isaiah Irving tried to run with the ball.
Yeah.
And in my head, I'm just thinking, go down.
Yeah,
get your
right.
fat ass fucking on the ground now.
Get that fucking what?
He's not even fat. He's a linebacker, but still. So yeah. So we ended up winning that game. Pretty close. Someone that I'm actually really excited to see, Joel Iyebuniwe, had 3 tackles in that game. He was tied for second on the team, with a few other guys.
Mm.
And then Michael Joseph, who the announcer seemed to really love, had 5 tackles. He's a DB, but he's like 5'9". So, it's a big deal.
Oh my god.
What?
I just saw how Iyebuniwe is spelled, and it's like
Iyebuniwe.
If I was a substitute teacher, I would like kill myself.
No, I'd be like, Joel. Listen, if you look at Joel Iyebuniwe, like when you think Joel, you think your 35-year-old neighbor, real nice guy.
Yeah.
He's divorced with 2 kids. He like mows your yard for you, rakes up your yard, shovels your driveway for you. Really nice neighbor, good guy. And then, clearly white with like a 5 o'clock shadow.
Uh-huh.
But this dude is nothing like that. But I was actually pretty excited after looking at his combine numbers and seeing, how big he was. Because he's very athletic, good size for a linebacker.
Lord.
And also Trubisky made some pretty good jumps, I think. He did throw a touchdown and an interception, but he was 9 for 14 for 90 yards. And that's with, in my opinion, 2 of the worst tackles in the league. In Charles Leno Jr. and Bobby Massey. So,
Probably not, but alright.
I said 2 of the worst. Not the worst.
Okay.
But they're down there. They're pretty bad. I really don't like our tackles.
Also, the Bears better not broke Isaiah McKenzie. He better not just suck now. Because he has no confidence, whatever.
I hope so.
Because if you see his receiving.
Really quick though, Chad Kelly continued to perform. Case Keenum continued to not perform. At least for how much money he's getting paid.
Yeah.
Broncos again had a great run game, like they did the first week of preseason. Well, I'm being serious.
I thought you were being sarcastic.
No.
Okay.
Philip Lindsay did pretty good.
Yeah.
So did Royce Freeman on his touchdown run. Showed some patience, some nice agility,
Sure.
being able to cut to the hole. Paxton Lynch, he ran. He did better than Devontae Booker on the ground.
That's true. Yeah.
Arguably better than Case Keenum through the air. Arguably.
Yeah.
Arguably.
Yeah.
But, Devontae Booker had 4 rushes for 17 yards. Then, receiving, it's kind of hard to do when you only have 1 good quarterback.
Yeah.
And 2 shitty ones. And then, something else that's notable. Josie Jewell had 2 tackles.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which isn't bad for a preseason game.
No. When you play, no reps.
Well, yeah. So, I think that's really all we got for the actual game.
Yeah.
So, going to this article that I referenced earlier on the Windy City Gridiron. The headline is Preseason Week 2 Postgame. Chicago Bears ruthlessly devour reeling Broncos in 24-23 humiliation. So this is by Patty Curl at Opinion Bear on Twitter. Definitely check it out. It is hilarious.
Hilarious.
We're actually gonna read a fan fiction that I saw on our Twitter about the Bears. Also, fucking hilarious. We're only gonna read a little. I definitely recommend you check it out because based on where it was going, it had the potential to be phenomenal. Anyways, this lady is probably the most biased person I've ever seen. But she's talking about how the Bears demolished the Broncos by 1 point, and how they fucking beat their ass in practice.
Yeah.
How they beat their ass in practice every day. So
did they have a joint practice?
Yeah, they did. And Peyton Manning was helping out Trubisky instead of Case Keenum.
Oh, really?
Yeah. No, he actually did talk to Trubisky though. But I think he talked to him. I assume he gave him advice.
Yeah.
I think that's fair.
Here's the key to beating the Broncos.
I don't mean on beating the Broncos. I mean on developing. No, but I mean, I'm a Bears fan. And even this is too biased for me to read. Because, like, it's just... The title alone makes me reluctant to trust anything it says.
Right.
So, we ruthlessly devoured the Broncos.
Ruthlessly.
In a 24-23 humiliation. Okay, anyways, I'm going to go to the fan fiction that I believe was written by her. Yeah, that was written by her. But I'm just going to read, like, the first few paragraphs. And then, I recommend you check it out. Alright, so I'm going to get into it. When Staley finished the Springsteen song, the bar resumed normal activity. Everyone but the most diehard Bears fans returned to their conversations, their wings, and their adult beverages. As Mitch Trubisky and Matt Nagy took the stage to sing Starship's multi-gold certified classic, Nothing's Gonna Stop Us Now. As the Bears player table focused on their new coach and franchise quarterback developing an unbreakable bond on the karaoke stage, Akeem Hicks noticed a suspicious hand reach across the table. Chick powder into Ryan Winslow's drink. Hicks recognized Pat O'Donnell as he pulled back his hand and placed a packet into his coat pocket. Hicks caught the letters UBERLA on the package as the incumbent punter put the packet away. Interesting, Hicks thought. What's O'Donnell up to? And what is Uberla?
Uberla.
Los Angeles Uber? Akeem became distracted as his coach and QB harmonized. We can build this dream together, and he began imagining himself sacking Aaron Rodgers, smoshing down upon his smug face. Hicks' orange jersey, the only thing Rodgers would see as he tries to gasp for air and chokes on a fat cock. What? That's not what it says. I improvise. It says, as he tries to gasp for air and chokes on a fat roll. Relax, little quarterback. Just succumb. Let go. Relax. Alright, and this is going back to Trubisky and Nagy. They're singing right now. And if this world runs out of lovers, we'll still have each other. Trubisky pulled his mic back and leaned over to Nagy. Hey, coach, can we maybe say brothers instead of luggers? Nah, I love you, man, Nagy smiled wide as he slapped Trubisky on the back, then held his shoulder with brotherly affection. I'm already singing the female vocals. I don't want the ladies here to get the wrong idea. I'm a heterosexual man who likes to lick titties. To kiss titties. My bad. It's because it doesn't say it. But, who likes titties. Specifically, kissing of the titties.
Right.
Nagy laughed at his blossoming young quarterback. You worry too much. This is back to singing. I'm so glad I found you. I'm not going to lose you. There was no more time to talk as Nagy burst into the second verse. Don't touch me. And so that's all I'm going to read.
To be continued.
Actually, no, we should do this. We should finish this next time on Seismic Sports Podcast.
That's a great idea.
So, next time on Seismic Sports Podcast, we're going to open with Bears fan fiction.
I'm so glad.